Hola, I'm Antonio Banderas, world-renowned actor and Spanish native. You may know me from my role as Zorro, or as my even more famous character, Puss, in Boots. I hail from Malaga, Spain, which lies deep in the south of the region known as Andalucía. Today I plan to take you on an amazing journey through the beautiful land which I call home. Won't you come along? Andalucía is a land of exotic history, rich traditions, diverse landscapes, exciting seascapes, and colorful images. It is probably one of the best-known regions in all of Spain. The area covers over 17% of the country, making it the second largest autonomous community in all of España. There is no doubt that Andalucía is a very popular tourism destination, as it consists of over 500 miles of beautiful coastline and the weather is always nice. As well as having 66 beaches and resorts, this stunning terrain always has many snow-covered mountain ranges within the Sierra Nevada for skiing enthusiasts and 22 national parks ready for exploration. Andalucia's landscape is as diverse as its culture, with a population of more than 7 million people living in the 8 vivacious provinces of Almería, Cádiz, Córdoba, Granada, Huelva, Jaén, Málaga, and Sevilla. There are bound to be a variety of customs, cuisines, and celebrations. If you ever decide to visit Andalucía, which I highly recommend, you will notice all of the amazing structures, most of them either mosques or cathedrals. Spain is a very religious country, as is evident through all of its magnificent architecture. Andalucía is a vast region with much to offer, but since we have a limited amount of time, I will show you only its most important features. To begin our tour with yours truly, we will visit the countless landmarks that make this region great. Vámonos! Most Andalusian cities boast magnificent monuments which reflect their long history and rich artistic and cultural legacy. Some structures date back to the Muslim era in this region's history. However, much more of the architecture is reflective of the Christian influence following the Reconquista, the period when Christians recaptured the Iberian Peninsula from the Muslims. The most famous Moorish architectural site, the Alhambra, lies in the municipality of Granada. Originally created as a military fortress in the 14th century, the azulejo-decorated palaces and gardens that make up the complex were primarily used as the home of Muslim rulers. Separated from the Alhambra by a ravine is the Generalife, a group of lavish gardens that was once linked to the palace by a covered walkway. Another amazing piece of architecture is the Sevilla Cathedral. It is the largest Gothic cathedral and the third largest church in the world. It is home to 80 chapels and the beautiful bell tower known as La Giralda. There are many other cathedrals in Andalucía, the largest being in Baeza, Cádiz, Granada, Guadix, Jaén, and Málaga. The Great Mosque of Córdoba was converted into a cathedral after the Reconquista, although most of the interior designs are still of Moorish origin. Other spectacular landmarks include the Alcazaba de Almería, the Alcázar de los Reyes Cristianos, the Alcázar de Sevilla, the Archivo General de Indias, the Plaza de España, and the Torre del Oro. Andalucia's landscape is as marvelous as its architecture. The Sierra Nevada is the most prominent of its landforms, meaning snowy range in Espanol. The snow-capped mountains span from Granada to Almería. There is no doubt it is a popular skiing destination, as the highest peak, Mulhacén, extends over 11,000 feet high in the air. This natural paradise is also home to 22 national reserves like the Doñana National Park and El Torcal de Antequera, a mountain range known for its unusual landforms. And for the beach lovers, Andalucía has over 500 miles of sunny coastline, including Costa de Almería, Costa de la Luz, Costa del Sol, and Costa Tropical. After a long day of sightseeing, you would definitely want to sample some of Andalucia's finest cuisine. A bowl of gazpacho would really cool you down after being in the hot sun all day. Gazpacho is a cold tomato-based raw vegetable soup often made with ice cubes that originated in Andalucia. Variations of traditional gazpacho include salmorejo, a thick and creamy soup made with bread, and ajo blanco, a white soup made from almonds. Besides gazpacho, Andalucia is home to many other appetizers known as tapas, which derive from the Spanish verb tapar, meaning to cover. Legend has it that King Alfonso XII stopped by a famous inn in Cadiz, where he ordered a cup of sherry, which originated in the town of Jerez, Andalucia. Before offering it to the king, the waiter covered the glass with a slice of cured ham to protect the wine from the beach sand. The king was so delighted that after drinking the wine and eating the tapa, he ordered another sherry with the cover. Nowadays, when you order a drink, you will often get a tapa for free. Some of the more well-known Andalusian tapas are banderillas, which are named after the spears used in bullfighting, jabón ibérico, mojama, a Spanish delicacy consisting of filleted salt-cured tuna, and tortilla de patatas, an egg and potato omelette. If there's still room for dessert, you should definitely try a calentito dipped in chocolate. This Andalusian version of a churro is made with deep-fried wheat flour and is sold in spirals or wheels. If that doesn't sound good to you, perhaps a polvorón, a type of Andalusian shortbread, or pestiño, a sweet fritter coated in honey, will satisfy your sweet tooth. Our trip would not be complete without taking in some local color. Andalusia is a land where music and dance is part of everyday life, and the people express themselves beautifully with dance, especially the flamenco dance. Flamenco is a style of music and dance native to Andalusia, with strong influences from the gypsies. Women adorned in brightly colored dresses, silk shawls, and hand-painted fans passionately dance to the accompaniment of acoustic guitar and singing. Another Spanish tradition that is especially popular in Andalusia is bullfighting. Literally meaning running of the bulls in Espanol, the ritual normally lasts for a few hours. Traditionally, there are 3 matadores, each with 2 picadores riding on horseback and 3 banderilleros. First, the picador, who is the lancer, observes how the bull attacks and also stabs the animal's neck muscle to weaken it. Next, the banderillero, who is the flagman, attempts to plant 2 barbed sticks known as banderillas in the bull's shoulders. Last, the matador, which means killer in Espanol, enters the ring alone with a small cape known as a muleta in one hand and a sword in the other. As the bull charges at the cape, the matador quickly stabs it with the sword. One of the most famous bull rings in Spain is La Maestranza in Sevilla. There are always festivities taking place in Andalusia, especially religious ones. The most famous by far is Semana Santa de Sevilla. Meaning Holy Week in Espanol, it is celebrated in the week leading up to Easter. The week features the procession of floats of lifelike wooden sculptures representing events of the Passion of the Christ. Well-known local festivals include the Carnival of Cadiz, held at the famous theater Gran Teatro Falla, and the Fiestas Colombinas in Huelva, which are held to commemorate the first voyage of Christopher Columbus. Just as Andalusia is the birthplace of many great customs and traditions, it is also the birthplace to many famous people. To name a few, there is painter Pablo Picasso, who is most famous for his pieces Three Musicians and Guernica. There is also superb actor Antonio Banderas, classical guitarist Andres Segovia, Spanish stud Antonio Banderas, football player and World Cup champion Sergio Ramos, and of course, Antonio Banderas. Dios mío, that is a lot of talent. Now, here are some things I bet you didn't know about Andalusia.
Vitorino. En la jura de bandera del muchacho se la dio con dos amigos. Macarena tiene un novio que se llama de apellido Vitorino. En la jura de bandera del muchacho se la dio con dos amigos. Dale a tu cuerpo alegría, Macarena.
That is all the time I have today. Until next time, adios. And remember to ask your doctor about Nasonex.